Fierce battles, intense verbal fights, and dramatic tit-for-tat situations. These are the words that describe the fiercest rivalry in the football world. El Clásico between Barcelona and Real Madrid. However, few people know that the uncontrollable heat on the field comes from political conflicts that have lasted for hundreds of years between the people of Catalonia and the rulers of Spain. This is a dark, bloody, and painful chapter in the history of the land of the bullfighters. The origin of the conflict began in 1714 when the Spanish monarchy took away the independence of the Principality of Catalonia. After nearly 200 years of fighting for independence, but failing, Catalonia fell into despair. However, there was still one door open to affirm their sovereignty, and that was football. At the end of the 18th century, FC Barcelona was officially born through a recruitment advertisement in a local newspaper. Although facing financial difficulties, this was not a barrier preventing its players from reaching prestigious titles. With the football, the people here were not only immersed in their passion for the king of sports, but also used this game to carry out their noble mission, expressing the spirit of Catalan nationalism. However, on the road to completing this mission, Barca had to face a powerful force, Real Madrid, an entity representing the elite of the capital. The Royal Spanish Club was created with one sole purpose: absolute dominance. And to achieve this goal, Real Madrid needed to eliminate the thorn in their eye, which was FC Barcelona. The historical tensions combined with a strong spirit have created an overwhelming atmosphere in El Clásico matches. For both sides, failure is unacceptable. This is not just a football match. It is a life-and-death battle with historical significance between the national pride of an autonomous community and the absolute rule of an entire nation. This difference ignited the fire of hatred between Barcelona and Real Madrid. That fire burned even more fiercely during the Spanish Civil War in 1936. The Spanish Civil War was a confrontation between the nationalists, led by the ruthless dictator Francisco Franco, and the Republicans, whose key member was the Catalonia region. When the war ended, victory belonged to the infamous dictator, and the losers, the autonomous community of Catalonia, had to endure harsh punishments in every aspect. Specifically, the dictator eradicated everything that represented this region, from the Catalan language and the Catalan flag, to even the homeland symbol on FC Barcelona's logo, which was erased, causing deep resentment among the people here. In contrast to the injustices Barcelona suffered, Real Madrid was treated as Franco's favorite child and became a propaganda tool for Spain's prosperity under his regime. The conflict between Catalans and Spaniards worsened during this troubled period. However, Franco did not stop. He continued his repression in football. He used every trick to take away the last bit of Catalan national pride in this sport. The peak of this happened in the King's Cup match in 1943. Just a few hours before the match, Franco sent a group of soldiers into Barcelona's locker room, threatening the lives of the players and their families if the Catalan club won. What happened next became a major scandal in football history. Barca lost to Real with a shocking score of 1-11. At that time, Spanish media published countless articles about this glorious moment. Under the dictatorship's control, this victory was praised as the ultimate defeat of fancy football, inspired by Franco's leadership. However, the people of Barcelona always passed down the story that this loss was prearranged by Franco's dictatorship, using underhanded tactics to secure a favorable outcome. That moment remains a controversial topic between the two fan bases even today. For 36 years, Franco's rule deepened the divide between Catalans and Spaniards. Even today, tensions between the two sides still exist in all aspects of life. In football, the relationship between culés and Madridistas is one of deep hatred. To Real Madrid fans, Barcelona is simply an annoying obstacle that must be eliminated. Representing the Spanish monarchy, Real Madrid refuses to accept the idea of two kings on one land. Meanwhile, for the culés, their opponent is a threat to their dream of Catalan independence, the homeland of Barca. Their only response is to stand up and fight back fiercely. They chant the slogan Independencia, meaning independence, whenever the clock hits 17 minutes and 14 seconds. Why this time? Because it symbolizes the year 1714, when Spain took away Catalonia's independence. Additionally, they proudly waved the Catalan flag in the stands. The world of football always associates culés with endless patriotism. In contrast, Madridistas proudly raise the Spanish national flag alongside Real Madrid's emblem. To them, Spain has only one national flag and remains one unified country. Not only the fans, but even the upper management of both clubs wants to devour each other. The presidents of both teams, Joan Laporta and Florentino Perez, have repeatedly criticized each other on media platforms. They even dig into history to add weight to their insults. While Real Madrid claims that Barcelona's nationalist expressions are ridiculous and inappropriate for Spanish culture, Laporta immediately calls Real the team of the regime, referring to how dictator Franco favored the Royal Spanish club for nearly 40 years. The heated debates between these two presidents perfectly reflect the conflicts between culé and Madridistas in football. El Clásico is not just a major football match, it is an ethnic battle between Catalans and Spaniards. However, both sides not only face each other, but also their own extreme supporters. Violent football fans have always been a troubling issue for clubs worldwide. In Madrid, Real faces the Ultra Sur, a group deeply influenced by Franco's old ideology. These extremists promote dictatorship and punish any form of Spanish weakness. Anyone with different views becomes their target, even fellow Spaniards. Real Madrid's president, Florentino Perez, is a prime victim. After banning Ultra Sur from entering the stadium, these radicals declared war on him. They not only held aggressive protests outside the stadium, but also illegally broke into his home. In an inhumane act, they even dug up the grave of his late wife to send a warning. If Madrid has Ultra Sur, then Catalonia has Boixos Noi, also known as the Mad Dogs. Heavily influenced by extreme nationalism, they use patriotism to attack anyone who tarnishes Catalonia's image. Gerard Piqué, a true Catalan, also became a victim, once getting hit in the head with a coin after a loss. But above all, they despise traitors. The biggest example is the legendary Luis Figo. Every time the Portuguese player appeared in El Clásico, they expressed their fury by throwing objects at him. Bottles, lighters, whiskey, and even a pig's head. This ethnic battle is not just between culés and Madridistas, but also includes Spain's football extremists. They operate silently, waiting for the perfect moment to attack. Today, even though El Clásico has lost some of its intensity on the pitch, the political tensions outside of football remain high. With a painful history spanning hundreds of years, Catalonia's struggle for independence continues to be blocked by Spain's ambition for unity. This never-ending ethnic battlefield remains unresolved to this day.